I'm live. It's my potty. We're having a potty. Anybody who's interested. So I want to tell a little story. In 2013, we were having construction done on our house. And we had builders at our house all day, every day. And so we also had a bunch of dogs. And in order to make sure that our dogs didn't get let out or get underfoot or get in the way, I somehow rearranged my schedule. I don't even know how, and worked from home every morning. And he would go to his office, and then he would come home for the afternoon, and then I would go to my office so that there was always somebody there with the dogs. And at that time, I was asked to join a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel group, the Cavalier Brigade, on Facebook. And I said, okay. And I started answering quite, typical social media. Hey, which heartworm preventative do you use? Hey, which flea preventative do you use? Hey, what's the best food for your dogs? It was all about Cavaliers. So I started giving answers, and everybody was like, wait a minute, your answers aren't the same as everybody else's. Like, what's going on here? And so then they figured out that I was a holistic veterinarian, and then new people would join and they would ask the same questions again. And somebody said, you should write all this down somewhere so we could like put it in the files up top or something, so you won't have to keep repeating the same thing. And I jokingly said, well, maybe I'll write a book. Well, I did. And in the 6 or 8 weeks that the construction was going on in our house, every morning I would sit at my table in the corner of the room where they were doing all this construction and start typing stuff. And that's how From Needles to Natural came to be. So I think that was like February, March, April that I spent writing that book. And I didn't know how to get a book published. So the book sat in my computer for just about a year. And about the following March, Hugh was like, you really should do something with that book. And I'm like, yeah, I got to finish it. So we scheduled a vacation with our timeshare for 3 weeks in California at a Lawrence Welk Resort. They're actually very nice. It's a bunch of old people. So we went to the Lawrence Welk Golf Resort. We don't play golf. I don't play golf. He didn't play golf. And I spent that 3 weeks working 8 hours a day, finishing that book. And then when we got home from California, I was like, great. Well, now the book is basically finished. I still don't know how to get it published. But I figured it out. I found a hybrid publisher, spent way too much money and time, and it finally came out in August of 2014. So about a year and a half. So then very quickly in 2015, What's for Dinner Dexter came out, and I was a co-author on that. And then in 2016, Canine Kitchen Capers came out, and that one was just a funny book because people started cooking my recipes, particularly pup loaf, because that had come out. And people, especially this one woman in the Cavalier Brigade, like everything that could go wrong with making dog food went wrong. And so people started sending me funny stories. And then I thought, well, this would make a really fun cookbook about the foibles of what can go wrong when you're making dog food, exploding crock pots and things running over your stove and too many blueberries and your oven locking you out for the Sabbath and just crazy stuff. And so I started asking people to submit stories and ask if they would allow them to be printed in a book. And so they had to submit a recipe that they were trying to make, whatever that was, what went wrong, and then a human recipe to go along with it. So that book is just fun. Like you literally would just sit there and laugh while you read it. Hugh didn't even know I was writing that book. We were sitting in our kitchen and I'm typing away on my computer and I was literally cracking up laughing. And he said, what are you laughing about? And I said, these stories are hysterical. He says, what stories? So I told him what was going on. And he's like, oh, I want to submit a story. I said, okay. So he submitted the Feast of the Seven Fishes because we had to learn how to cook octopus. Let me tell you, octopus I've never even had to buy it before. So we were for Christmas Eve, we decided we would do the Feast of the Seven Fishes. We're not Italian. So in the middle of the night, I'm texting with friends in Italy saying, what goes in the Feast of the Seven Fishes? How do we do this? And then we went to the store and tried, ended up buying squid and octopus and weird things and learned how to cook them, which was really fun. You can find anything on the internet, how to cook an octopus. And the dogs loved it. So he wrote that story. Anyway, so that one came out in 2016. And then right at the very end, mid-December 2017, Yin and Yang Nutrition for Dogs came out. And I was like, well, we're on a roll, a book a year. This is great. And then I don't know what happened to 2018 and 19. Oh, yeah. My parents, well, they were there have written 17. I don't know. I can't blame them. 18, 19, 20, 21. 2021, I started writing my book on Cushing's disease. It's still in the computer. It's only been sitting in there for about 2.5 years. So that's pretty good, really. Let's see. Then this book I started a year and a half ago. April of 22, I said, I'm going to write this book. I'm going to write this book. And I literally had all but the last chapter written, and my mother got sick, and she was in the hospital for an entire month. May of 2022 or 21? 20, May of 21. Shoot. Yeah, this book has been longer than I thought. May of 21, my mother was in the hospital for a month. And so I literally dropped everything, said, I'm not doing consultations, I'm not writing, I'm at the hospital focusing on my mother. And then when she got out of the hospital and she got better, it was like, yeah, I should finish that book. Yeah, I should finish that book. Yeah, I should finish that book. Since June of 21. Well, I guess I'm a little slow, but eventually, and for when we were talking about personality profiles the other day, I said I'm a wood personality and I come up with all these great ideas and I'm really good at starting projects and I really stink at finishing projects. Here you go. A year and a half, almost 2 years later, slow to finish. Anyway, so it's here. It's here finally. It got posted on Amazon today. I only have the not for resale author copy. I don't have the real deal. I mean, it is the real deal inside, but I can't sell this one. It is available on Kindle and paperback on Amazon as of today. We're really excited. And so I can read to you on the back. It's whether you adopt or shop, choosing the right pet for you and your family is a decision that should be made after careful consideration. And once that pet enters your home, what are your next steps? So this is not only for the new pet owner. How do you raise naturally healthy pets? Why should you raise naturally healthy pets? Do you know which vaccinations should be given or how often? This has my updated vaccine schedule. And this is dogs and cats. It's not just dogs. That's why there's dogs and cats on the front. Will your pet need monthly chemical treatments for parasite prevention, or is this avoidable? Lots of natural ideas. How do you choose the best diet for your new addition? Is pet insurance a worthwhile investment? How do you choose a trainer? What natural first aid remedies are available? When should I have my pet spayed or neutered? There's a chapter on parasites and natural parasite prevention. And Hugh did the illustrations. Let me see if I can find one. Let me find a cute one. Where are you? This is one of them. This is parasite prevention. So the dog and cat are battling the fleas and ticks marching toward them. Hugh's an artist, for those of you who don't know. So he did really cute at the beginning. Here's the tummy trouble. There's a few recipes in here. But not a ton. I think pup loaf is in here. There's some for diarrhea and tummy problems. The people were asking about the new book, which is going to be yin and yang with all the recipes balanced. We're hoping for September for that. So here I am, slow to get going, but I think we're going to have 2 in 1 year, maybe. So, for those of you who are asking about whether we will have the new book in Tampa, I can't get physical copies that fast. I ordered a bunch. I'm going to get them April 1st. Won't have physical copies. If you are going to be in Tampa and you want a copy signed, buy it on Amazon, bring it with you. I will sign them. Okay. Actually, Hugh will sign them too because he's the illustrated by. And we will have our other books there available as well. So at this point, we are having a celebration, maybe. Man, and we don't even own a vacuum cleaner. That was fun. I probably have confetti in my hair. I have confetti everywhere else. So looking forward to seeing everyone in Tampa. We are leaving at 6 to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, driving down there with Nanny, and our car is loaded to the gills for the Naturally Healthy Pets experience. We will be at Global, so anybody who's going to be at Global, you'll be able to track us down. We're only there Wednesday and Thursday. Big press release and announcement Thursday morning at 11 o'clock, and I can't remember the booth number where that's going to be. but there will be a big, not about me, not about the book, but there is a press release and press conference 11 o'clock Thursday morning. We will be in our bright green scrub tops, so we're pretty easy to find. We kind of stick out. So everyone, enjoy the book. I hope you like it. And if you do, feel free to leave a review. We will have physical copies in the web store later. And we will bring them to events later in the year, but I couldn't get them that quickly. So, hey, I'm just happy after almost 2 years. I got to be a little quicker next time. If Gwen just wouldn't give me so much to do. All right, everybody have a wonderful week. If you're sending me emails this week, I'm going to be really slow to answer because I'm on vacation.